Hello friends, and welcome to Ravenwood Museum. I know I've been promising all of you a tour for a really long time, that I was going to do a Facebook one, a YouTube, let you guys ask questions. We're getting so close to the movie, I felt, you know what, I've just got to give you guys a tour. We can worry about another one with a Q&A. I'm sure you're all going to have lots of questions. Again, if you don't know who I am, I'm Les David. I'm the owner of Ravenwood Museum. We're currently working with Guinness Book to certify as the world's largest collection. We guesstimate over 8,000 items I've been collecting since the film was released in 1981. So why don't you come with me and we'll head over to the museum and we'll let you guys see what's going on. So come on up, let's see what we got to show you. As you can see, we've got a bit of a forest and stuff to get through, our jungle. Who knows what you're going to see on your way up the stairs. Could be an artifact, could be, who knows. Obviously, if you were here in person, you'd be able to explore that a bit better. And to answer that question, I don't need YouTube or things. Of course, you let people visit. I need to, know who you are, get a sense of whatever. In the end, you are coming to my home. But we've had now hundreds, if not 1,000 visitors through here from as far away as Australia. So the museum is located in a rural area, in a barn on the second floor. We built it inside of another building to protect it. It is roughly 1,200 square feet with 10-foot ceilings. As you can see, we've maybe decorated just a smidge to make sure that you're finding that lost and hidden temple you were hoping to find. So without any further ado, I welcome you to Ravenwood Museum. Let's step on inside. It's all right, having some technical difficulties with the lights. There we go. So come on in. Let's go for a walk and let's see what there is to see. So this is generally the direction that people head first because, well, they can't help themselves. There's quite a bit of eye candy. We're going to pause and we'll just let you look at some items. Of course, feel free to write and ask questions later. Again, I will repeat this with some sort of a live video where you guys can type in your questions and I'll do the best I can to answer. It's stuff. Prototype stuff used in the making of the film. Of course, the merchandise that's been available for the 40 years, of course, including the new merchandise for the Dial of Destiny. Opening June 30th. No, I wasn't paid to say that, just kidding. Yes, that is a life-size Indiana Jones that you're seeing, which is one of the favorite spots that people like to stop and get their picture with. It is a limited statue that was released overseas for the release of the DVD when it first came out. A chain store that did, movies, music, pop culture stuff, like an FYE in the United States. And I was able to finally find someone that was able to help me acquire one, package it up, disassemble it, get it all the way here to Canada. Oh, for those of you that don't understand or realize, I'm in Canada. I'm just outside Winnipeg, Manitoba. Essentially the center of Canada, moving east to west. Plus 30, plus 40 in the summertime, minus 40 in extreme temperatures, minus 45 Celsius in the winter. As you're seeing, of course, there's quite a few items on the floor and stuff. That's recent acquisitions that still haven't been cataloged and put into their proper place. Cabinet with things like the famous Coca-Cola glasses that were possibly destined for Burger King, but were never released. Of course, I'm sure everyone recognizes to the left of that, the Grail Diary. School supplies, educational books, that sort of thing are what contained in there. Over here is my pride and joy because my very first job when I was 13 going on 14 was a bookstore. So I love libraries, I love books. So every copy I've been able to get my hands on in every known language that I know that Indy has been published in. The obvious is, English, French, German, as exotic as Japanese, Chinese, Russian, a wonderful set of the books in Hebrew, all the different media press kits, that sort of thing. Laser discs. Everyone's very happy always to see that I have the Young Indiana Jones uncut episodes that were only ever released on laser in Japan. Film trailers, that sort of thing lives over here with black and white photos. That That's the sort of stuff we put here in the library. As we swing over here, of course, we have the ridiculously large amount of clothing and growing by the day, as always. Shirts, a whole clothing line from Japan is in front of me. The video game shirts, the Disney World, the shirts by individual film over there. One of people's favorite areas, of course, is when I open this cabinet, as it's effectively a time capsule. It is every form of Indiana Jones that has ever been released on media to the public, all the way back to, of course, our friend Beta, VHS, Super VHS, VCD, Blu-ray, 4K, Steelbook versions, special versions. They're all contained within here. Little known things that people don't know about and love are things like they were released in the 8mm format so you could play them back on a camcorder. So this is a favorite with people. They love going through it and just seeing all of that sort of thing. We'll now double back towards the direction that we came. Lego displays, all of the Lego itself is up here. All the different food packaging, primarily from Crystal Skull, is when all of that happened. One of my pride and joys that took a long time and came from collector Richard Dean Starr is the fabulous 2-volume set of the novel for Raiders of the Lost Ark, with the exception, of course, that it is all in Braille. So I don't know how well that is going to translate for you guys to see on camera, but it is the entire book, again, in 2 volumes, all in Braille. As we swing back over here, my wonderful VLT machines, gambling from, these ones are from England. Germany is over here, and then a trio of them from Japan. Wonderful design and tons of fun to play. 2 original used costumes from the film. This one from Last Crusade, in the scene when Indy goes to Berlin. And this one of the uniforms from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So let's walk this way. Different things, wonderful dioramas from a fantastic artist in Australia. Ron Hembling does these fabulous dioramas. I cannot say enough about his work. If you don't own one, you need to try to track one down, work with him. He's on Facebook, he's on the groups we're all on. You will not be disappointed at all at the work that Ron does. I'm thrilled to have them live here in the museum. As we come down this aisle over here, it is the only time I've really broken a country off into its own, because Japan loves Indiana Jones so much that it has been given its own section. Primarily things from, of course, the Disney parks, but as well limited edition watches and statues and model kits and all that sort of stuff. As we swing the other way, we have puzzles and board games and food-related supplies, that sort of thing. I am trying to keep this short, so I'm sorry if I'm walking too quick. Thankfully, you can, of course, hit pause. Over here is the display from the game Infernal Machine, but it contains every known copy of every version of every video game that has ever been released for Indiana Jones that I'm aware of. Feel free, viewers, that if you think you have something that is unique and I would love to add it, send me your photos. I'm always willing to buy, sell, trade, of course, to add even more to the museum. Over here, of course, which is going to be a lot of collectors' favorite, is the toy and doll section of everything from back from when Raiders was first released, of course, and the original Kenner figures, to, of course, all the way to Crystal Skull when they were released. And I was fortunate enough to work with Key Kwan, and he was kind enough to sign some items for us for the museum. And of course, we're working on the new toys, which is our, of course, right here is the beginning of the new section for the new toys. I haven't put the rest on the shelf yet. As we walk this way to the back, we have the pinball machine and the Temple of Doom original Atari in the original cabinet. Sorry, it's not on right now. It's giving me some sort of ROM error, and we'll figure that out hopefully in time for when we do the live video. My personal favorite, because I've been a poster collector a very long time, so these are architect map drawers they're often referred to. It's a great way to store your posters, store them flat. We guesstimate, which we're of course working on cataloging that there is probably close to 1,000 different posters and lithographs and that sort of thing in here. We're working on cataloging and organizing them all right now. As well, I'm going to be using this flipper display to put some of my favorites, you know, that people will be able to quickly look through, because obviously this is not conducive for a tour to be going through that. What kind of artifact is this? What's R2-D2 doing in here? That's got to be a mistake. Some of the higher end jackets, that sort of stuff from the Disney parks, the staff jacket when they were building the ride back in '95 in Anaheim. And really, that's kind of it, folks. I mean, I'm looking forward to the film as much as anyone. I've been doing this 40 plus years. I love having people, so by all means contact it. If you think you're going to want to come to Canada and you're going to want to come and see all of this, I would be thrilled to receive you and spend an afternoon and just talk all things indie. But for now, I'm going to sign out. I hope you've enjoyed this quick little video, and watch our page, throwmetheidol.com, and on Facebook as well. And that's where we'll announce when we're ready to do the live version, where again we can interact, do a Q&A. I'll have a couple people help me so that as you guys are typing, I'll be able to respond and answer you back. And if it takes a few hours, hey, what's a couple hours with friends? It'll be a great time. I'm signing out. We'll see you again soon on the internet.